All right, let's pull back the curtain on a piece of technology that's working like 24/7, silently in the background, to protect our digital lives. We're talking about Kerberos, the invisible guardian of your network.
I mean, seriously, think about your typical workday. You log into your computer once in the morning, right? And then poof, you can magically get into your email, your shared files, the company printer, all without typing your password over and over and over again. How in the world does that happen? Well, believe it or not, you've probably got a three-headed mythological dog to thank for it.
Okay, so let's jump right into this. Before we had smart authentication systems like Kerberos, trying to access anything on a network was, well, it was a total mess. And frankly, it was incredibly insecure.
Just look at the difference here. On the left, you've got the old way. You had to send your username and your password to every single service. Your password was just flying across the network, and you had to hope, you had to trust that every single one of those apps was storing it securely. Spoiler, they probably weren't. But on the right, you see the smart way. You prove who you are just once. Your password never leaves your machine, and a single central authority handles all the trust. And that right there, that's the huge problem Kerberos was built to fix.
So to really get how this works, let's imagine it's a kind of digital hero's quest. There are three main players in our story.
First up, we have our hero. And guess what? That's you, the user. Or, more technically, your computer, which we call the client. You're the one who needs to get to all the valuable stuff. And a place you're trying to get into? That's the kingdom. This could be anything, really. Your email server, a shared drive, a printer. It's the valuable resource that needs protecting.
And finally, we have the most important character of all, the guardian of the gates. This is Kerberos. It's the central server that knows everyone's secrets and gets to decide who comes in and who stays out.
And hey, that name, it's no accident. Kerberos is named after Cerberus, that mythical three-headed dog from Greek mythology who guarded the underworld. It is such a fitting name for a system designed to be this impassable gatekeeper for anyone who doesn't have the right credentials. So just like that mythical beast, our guardian has a couple of different jobs, or heads, if you will. The main Kerberos server is called the Key Distribution Center, or KDC, and you can think of it as having two distinct roles. The first head is the Authentication Server, the AS. Its job is to check your ID at the main gate. The second head is the Ticket Granting Server, or TGS. This is the one that hands out specific passes to get into different parts of the kingdom.
So how does this whole quest kick off? Well, the very first thing you need is your initial proof of identity, and in the world of Kerberos, this is called a Ticket Granting Ticket, or TGT.
Honestly, the best way to think about the TGT is to imagine it's your golden ticket. It's like an all-day pass to an amusement park. You show your driver's license once at the main entrance to get it, and then you can use that pass all day to get on all the different rides without having to pull your ID out every single time. So how do you get this magical ticket? Well, when you log in, your computer sends a request over to the authentication server. Now, here's the absolutely crucial part. Your password is not sent over the network. Instead, your computer uses it to create a sort of secret handshake, an encrypted message that only the authentication server knows how to read. The server checks that proof, and if it all looks good, it sends you back that TGT, which is usually good for about 8 hours. A typical workday.
Okay, so you've got your golden ticket. You're in the park. But that doesn't get you onto the roller coaster just yet. Now you need a specific pass for that particular ride, or, in our case, that particular service.
And this, right here, this is where the magic of single sign-on really happens. You don't need your password anymore. Not at all. All you need to do is show your golden ticket to the second head of our guardian. So here's the play-by-play for the final part. Your computer takes that TGT and shows it to the ticket granting server, and it says, hey, I'd really like to access the print server. The TGS checks your TGT, sees that it's legit, and then issues a brand new, special ticket just for the printer. You then take that ticket over to the printer. The printer trusts the ticket because it came from the TGS, and bam, you're in. You can print your document. And that really gets to the absolute core of Kerberos. After that one initial login, your password is never, ever sent across the network again. Everything is done with these secure, encrypted, time-limited tickets. It's a whole system built on verifiable, temporary proof, not on constantly sharing your most important secret.
Now, this all sounds incredibly clever, right? Especially for a protocol that's, let's be honest, been around for a while. So why is it still the absolute backbone of security for so many huge organizations like, say, Microsoft's entire Active Directory?
Well, the rewards for going on this quest are just immense. You get single sign-on, which is just so convenient. You get centralized authentication, which makes managing everything way easier. The security itself is built on really strong, time-tested cryptography, and it includes this one critical feature: mutual authentication. What does that mean? It means not only do you have to prove you are who you say you are to the server, but the server has to prove its identity back to you. It's a two-way street, and it's essential for stopping attacks where a fake server tries to trick you.
And get ready for this. The truly mind-blowing part is when this was all invented. This protocol, this absolute foundation of modern corporate security, was first developed at MIT, way back in 1988. It's just an incredible testament to solid design that it's still so important all these decades later.
And that leaves us with one big final thought. In today's world of cloud services, biometrics, and all these new ways to prove who we are, is the reign of this nearly 40-year-old guardian finally coming to an end? Or will it just keep adapting, continuing to protect the gates of our digital kingdoms for many more years to come? That's a question security experts are debating right now.